then ChatGPT will refer to that every time you ask it to do something. Now, I would also create a brand script. The brand script you can get from Marketing Made Simple. Buy the book. I have the book here somewhere. I'm not going to show it, but you can buy the book, or you can join their program and create a brand script. I would also upload the brand script into ChatGPT so it understands your customer journey, and create the customer journey and stuff like that as well. Put all that up. So ChatGPT, do you want to transform your marketing processes? Want to build your marketing processes so they produce a lot more, and at the same time use the Marketing Made Simple framework, the really important Marketing Made Simple framework from Donald Miller, to make your customers, your clients, your patients, whatever you call them, the hero. Make them the hero. I'm going to talk about how to use ChatGPT, because marketing is about testing. It's about two things in my mind. It's about making your client, customer the hero, and consistently testing how they react to what you put out. And there's nothing quite like ChatGPT or any AI. You can use Claude, you can use another one, you can use Gemini, whatever. But I'm going to talk about ChatGPT in this. There's nothing quite like ChatGPT to allow you to test. We can test like we never could test before. And we can feed the data back into ChatGPT, and it can tell us what's working and what's not, because marketing is about consistent testing and scaling up what works and getting rid of what doesn't. So I want to quickly talk about the Marketing Made Simple framework, because this is a really important framework to use. You've got to have a foundation, and your foundation is your framework. Now, you don't have to use Donald Miller's framework. There's lots of frameworks you can use, but Donald Miller's Marketing Made Simple framework is a very, very good one to begin with. And the core concept of Donald Miller's Marketing Made Simple framework is that your customer is the hero. Your client is the hero. So when you think of a hero in a story, I don't know if you've seen any movies ever. Have you ever seen a movie? But there's a hero of the story. And the hero isn't this clever guy who knows everything from the start. At the beginning of the movie, he is very unsure. He doesn't know if he can be the hero. He has a lot of obstacles to overcome. But throughout the movie, he uses the resources from the guide. So a guide comes along. So in Star Wars, the guide is Yoda, for example. And the guide comes along and gives the hero the resources they need in order to emerge as the hero of the story. And you are the guide. You are providing the resources for the hero, but your customer is the hero. Your marketing has got to be all about your customer, your client. It's not even about you. It's about the feeling. The client, the customer has a feeling. That's why when Nike does their ads and they show the guy running. Doesn't even show the product. When Apple do their ads, Apple did the famous Crazy One ad, one of the most important ads that Apple have ever run. The product wasn't it. It was all about the client, the customer. They didn't even show their product. Because the product doesn't matter. It's about the feeling. It's all about the feeling that the customer has. It's nothing to do with the product. Now, the product is the resource that's provided in order for the hero to become the hero. But you don't even have to talk about your product. And that's the Marketing Made Simple framework. So we're going to put that on top of ChatGPT. We're going to use that as a foundation, actually, for ChatGPT, so we can test. So with ChatGPT, now, really important, first of all, anything you put into ChatGPT has been used for training. You have to assume that it's public and it's been used for training. So in certain industries, you cannot use ChatGPT as it is provided. Now, if you have an IT team, your IT team can create it, build it in a way that you can use it with more privacy. But if you're using the normal ChatGPT, you have to assume that anything you put into it is public. So keep that in mind, because a lot of time as marketers, we're using data that is sensitive. So just keep that, that's a foundation just keep that in mind. Anything in ChatGPT, anything on the internet, you have to assume that it's public, even if it's not always public, but you have to come with that assumption. Now, any marketing you're doing, you must create a project within ChatGPT. It's very important. Create a project within ChatGPT, because then you can upload into the instructions and into the documents. You can upload all of the information about your particular customer. So you create your customer avatar. So I've done this 100 ways to do customer avatar. I've done really, really detailed customer avatars, everything what they do, what they watch, but the Marketing Made Simple framework has changed the way I do it, because he talks about creating a rather vague customer avatar. So you don't have to go into a huge amount of detail. This is our overall market. This is what, and you don't need to exclude anyone. So I'll create a very vague customer avatar. There's other videos. If you go back through my videos, other videos on creating customer avatar. So I won't talk about that right now. But very vague customer avatar, that goes up into your projects or instructions. So you can add files into the project, or you can add instructions. I would put this into a PDF or Word or Pages file and upload it into the files within the project. Then ChatGPT will refer to that every time you ask it to do something. Now, I would also create a brand script. The brand script you can get from Marketing Made Simple. Buy the book. I have the book here somewhere. I'm not going to show it, but you can buy the book, or you can join their program and create a brand script. I would also upload the brand script into ChatGPT, so it understands your customer journey, and create the customer journey and stuff like that as well. Put all that up, so ChatGPT understands what you're trying to do. So every time you create any marketing, it's going to refer to these really important documents that are the foundation of your marketing. They've got to be in there. You've got to understand your customer, who you're trying to get to, what their journey is, what their hero's journey is, what their beginning point is, where they're very unsure of themselves. They don't know what they want to do. They don't know how they're going to be helped. And to the point where they get to, where they found your product or service, and it's helped them along the hero's journey, and they emerge as the hero. And there is something in ChatGPT as well called custom GPTs. So we have projects, we have custom GPTs. In a real simple way, a custom GPT is just a project that can be shared. Now it's its own standalone thing, but it's basically a project that can be shared. But so you can create a custom GPT, or you can create a project, but I would suggest creating a project, and you have all of your details, your customer avatar, your brand script, your hero's journey, all in that project, which allows you to do marketing testing. So you can test within that project. And testing is so important. So there's a difference between custom GPTs and project, but don't worry about it too much. I would just use a project. Unless you are expert, you know the nuance difference between both, and just use the project. If you want to share it, you can obviously create a custom GPT. So in marketing, testing is the most important thing. Marketing is all testing. We want to put it out there, pull in the data, and see what works, what connects, because we don't know. There's two different types of marketing. There's a madmen kind of marketing, where there's one genius who comes up with all the concept and does the whole thing. And there's the marketing we can do today, which is testing. So we test. We pull in the data and see what's working and what's not working. But the great thing about ChatGPT, if you're in an industry that can use it, is that we can rapidly test, and we can sit down and do a retrospective of what's working, what's not working, and we can get the data from ChatGPT each time. to find out what is working, what is not working, but we can rapidly test. That's the most important thing. We can test like we never ever could before. I mean, comfort scenarios is great for brainstorming the comfort scenarios to help us test more and more and more. Help us understand our client, understand our customer. But using ChatGPT, we can test like we could never ever test before. It's really important.